The meet and greet is over.
Yeah.
I mean, we're here to talk about spirituality, and today is Halloween. So,
Yes.
we talk about spirits on Halloween. We talk about evil spirits, but you've got angels, you've got demons, you've got negative powers, you've got positive energies, you've got guardians, you've got demonic forces and possessions. What is it? What is an angel? What is a demon? What is a positive influence? What is a negative energy that follows you? Is it possible? Do demons exist? Do angels exist? Can you have a negative possession or a negative vibe? When somebody says a negative energy is following me, what does that mean? What does that mean? When the negative energy is following someone, bad things continue to happen to them. They're in a funk. What's going on? What is it? Is it something supernatural? Is it something physical inside of their body? Is it a messed up belief? What is it? Do demons exist? Do possessions exist?
To a degree, I'd say yeah, and I think you can speak of it as a metaphor, but the demon is the negative, and then the angel is the positive. If you look at the very basic level, right? Like if we're looking at the quantum level, it's a 1 or a 0. Are you choosing the 0? Are you choosing the 1?
Or
It's
do you
really
accept, do you accept what you are
no.
and come together?
I don't know if that addresses what I mean. Like, I think we have the choice, one way or the other, right? So
Which would you
of the
want
positive.
to be?
So I think we are these things. We are the demon. We are the shadow. We are the light. We are the angel. We flow within those, and we all do, right? And I think when we keep the baggage going on, things of the past, when you don't let go of these things, you become heavy. You're the gorilla in the jungle carrying their dead child in their hands forever.
Yeah.
The weight of that, the stank of that. You want to let go of all that. You want to be light. You want to be loose. And we were talking about this earlier off the air. Like we were talking about the feeling of being like. I want to continue on. I want you guys to jump in.
What can I add to that?
Demons. Do demons exist? When
It's
someone
all about
says,
demons.
I have personal demons. What's a personal demon? Can someone be demonically possessed?
Oh, are we talking like exorcism?
I think someone can. Mental illness, or people like
So
to
it's
call it
mental
mental
illness.
but people like to call it mental illness. Whatever it is, there's something that's not right with the person, and the person almost can't control what's happening, and they can almost be like possessed, and they follow like they're led to like
So
doing
when
things
they
they normally
can't
wouldn't
control
do.
what happened, you're saying
when
their
they're in
mind is
control-
no longer functioning?
Listen. When they're in control, they can maintain themselves and not do things you shouldn't do to other people, hurt them.
No, for
But
sure.
when the person is out of control, it's like they are possessed, and they will be led to do something that they may not.
We have all
actually
been
do
possessed.
when they're normal
We've
selves.
all been possessed.
Like anger.
And
Anger
lost
can
it.
possess
Done
you
something
big time.
unbelievably bad in the moment and felt like terrible. Even just big
But what
yelling
about
and getting
sadness?
violent.
What
right?
about sadness?
And then
Sure,
later on
that's
look
true.
back and reflect it and say, my God, what did I do there? Are you talking about something like that?
That little, well,
That type of like, you were not even yourself.
For sure, we were
It was an
ourselves.
insane moment of insanity.
Yeah.
You could even say that.
we're not
If you
something-
want to know okay, this is my take. This is my opinion. When you truly, I think, gonna find out about what you really are, it's almost like being put at the edge of death. Like death is like near, death is coming at you. Or you're in a situation where it's a fight for survival. You're falling off a cliff or something. Like instantly, right there. Like there's no lying to yourself, right? It's like instantly, your mind's empty basically. All it's thinking about is surviving. How are you really reacting? And it'll really reveal how you are in the situation. Like a fight. Who goes into a fight? Not many people fight. So it's almost about the fight or flight instinct, right? You're almost out of control of that. You can train yourself probably, maybe after for a while, who knows? But when those moments come, when that time really comes, that's gonna expose like who you really are. You almost are out of control of it, and you're just flowing with it.
I think
You
that's
just
probably
gotta-
true.
You just gotta. You almost are just going with it. You're not even thinking about it. It's when you're not thinking about it.
That's very deep. I also think what is heaven and hell, but like what we're living in it right now too, though. You know, it all comes down to we create our own heaven and hell at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like not just metaphorically, although it is a metaphor. We do. We create these worst enemies in ourselves. Like we create this demon sitting on the shoulder, like when we create the good luck or the angel or the halo or the things are going my way. We're creating our downward spirals. We're creating our
How do we
upward
create
pivots.
it?
How do we create it? It's just protons and neutrons.
So,
at the end of the day, it's quantum 1 or 0.
I've got another question for Josh.
Listen, okay, yeah, go.
Josh, you're a really religious person, and people that
No, I would like to say I have a worldview.
I made the second mistake. I made it again.
You're
a very spiritual
I'm
person.
spiritual as anybody else.
So, question for everybody then.
Yeah.
There are people that pray and say they get their prayers answered,
Right.
and I've talked about it again. The law of attraction, or the law of or the secret, or whatever whatever it is. I've said it that our existence is a vibration, and so are your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
If you let out a powerful enough thought, it will manifest itself almost like it really is happening by itself. We've all
What do you mean by that?
experienced it
Let out
at-
a powerful-
We've all experienced it at some point, which we've said we want something, and then it happens.
It's
How
not
does
always
it
just
work?
the one thought. It's multiple thoughts. Sometimes it might start with the one
the
thought.
law of
It's
manifestation.
but it's the momentum. You think about it more. Now you're
Right.
doing things. You're talking about it. You're creating more and more different waves. Then you're creating this tidal
No.
wave tsunami of momentum towards what you're thinking about, what you're going towards. But it does start with the one thought.
Because there are people, and I'm one of those people that say there's a universal consciousness out there. At some point, there is one consciousness that we're all connected to. If you let out a powerful enough thought and you can get in sync with that universal consciousness, would you not have the cosmos in your hand? Could you not make the cosmos your slave and make your goal the way that you wanted to?
No, you
if
can't.
It was a powerful
You
enough
can't.
thought.
You can't make anything your slave, and that's the deception and the trick, because we can't control everything, and we can't manifest it all the time. And the universe or God, they're not responding all the time. They're not listening to your prayers all the time. Nor are they delivering on the prayers
they
all the
can't
time.
always be answered.
Because what is the universe or God? It's this drink being spilled. It's literally, they might have been the ones to tip it over. It's out of their hands now. It's flowing. And it's our job to ride the wave and guide this thing as it continues to expand. That is it. Can it come in and intervene? I don't think so.
It's all in your hands.
Within reason, it does respond to you. Dark energy, it's a tangent. Dark energy, dark matter, what is that? That is God, that is the universe, that is the unspoken thing. That's the thing they can't prove yet. We can't explain it, we put these different labels on it, but there's something interacting with matter and with us. And this is where miracles come from. This is when sometimes you think about someone and you'll be like, oh, like I never have it, where I
So
thought of one
that's
of
what
you,
I'm
and then
getting at, yeah.
you do attract, but not all the time. What I'm getting back to is there's a balance. Just because you had 10 prayers, right? Or 10 wishes, or 10 dreams, and none of them came true, doesn't mean you shouldn't dream the 11th time. We do, but it's not 9 out of 10. And you to say it's a slave, perfect 10 out of 10, you'll never get that. That's what we're all trying to go up this mountain. Like, the more you can shape it, you try to shape it in your best interest.
But at times, you could be a 10 out of 10 where everything's happening your
I would say
way and
almost
then
to
it
the
dies
point.
down.
I say we never had a 10 out of 10 because we haven't
No,
experienced that
nothing's
yet.
ever the same.
But we
Yeah.
could get to the 9.9.
But to
And
the point where you're ripping deals like crazy on the job, or you're talking to every girl, or so much money is coming to you, you know it's going to die down because everything's a cycle, right? But everything's, it's like
there's highs and
Jordan's
lows.
on fire.
Highs and lows,
right?
yeah, highs and
You know what I
lows.
mean? When Jordan's on fire, that's his cosmic full potential, where
Yeah.
where you can't even guard him,
Right.
So that's kind of my take on it.
Yeah.
Is where you get that cosmic connection and you're vibrating at the highest level you can, where you're like Tony Robbins or.
So yeah,
you're
that's a great point. So
unstoppable
how do we
or-
get there then, right? Like let's talk about this. Like how do we
Exactly.
get that
So-
in ourselves then? So like looking at these
Exactly.
people, like Tony talks about, model yourself after the people you want to model yourself in your field, right? The things that you emulate, right? Like there's so many examples of us doing it in our lives, as well as other
Exactly.
people doing it in their lives.
So when people
you know?
say God is on my side, they have some sort of mastery over this law of attraction or something. At times they are able to manifest, not all the time, nothing all the time, right? So that kind of makes sense to us. Where he says God is on my side. They know a little bit about the law of attraction, whether it's prayer, or whatever it is. But like, how do you do it? What do you do? What's the difference between somebody sitting on the sofa that says, "I'm gonna go work out at the gym tomorrow," or someone that says, "I'm gonna start working out," and they get fucking physically fit? What was the difference? Why did one person go on to attract what they wanted to, and the other
Because
person
it was
said,
emotional response.
right? It was an emotional
Passion, energy. But that's the thing too, is that you have to tap into that. And it's what you say. It's what you have to say something. But then it becomes, well, how did you say it?
Right.
You know, you want to do something, but and then it's also, well, how are you doing it? Are you doing it with enthusiasm, with energy, with passion, with love, doing it open, right? I think if we could take joy in anything that we do, right, and then find joy in everything else we do too. I'm sitting here right now sharing
joy
this.
in anything, even in what you love to do, if you're always upset all the time.
Well, for sure, then we're not seeing the beauty of it. It all comes down to gratitude. If you close your eyes and just imagine everyone you know and love just disappearing, there would be a lot that you would probably regret, and there would be a lot that you realize like didn't mean as much as what other things meant. But you don't know it's God till it's gone, right? And that's the whole. But
Gratitude
that's
is a great.
great. Yeah,
It brings us
all we
back
can.
down.
Yeah, whenever you're feeling down, the best thing you could do is be grateful for something. If you're in a rut, like just be thankful for what you already have.
Oh, it can bring you down so easy.
And then
bring it right back.
when you start, you know, clean air and
it's
clean
because
water, and
we're either in the future or we're in the past. We don't live in the now. If we lived in the now, we'd be like, oh, look what I have. I've got a nice house here. I've got all my friends here. Thinking about the future. Thinking about the job I wanted. Getting back to the point though about what's the difference between someone who makes a decision and it goes nowhere to someone that makes a decision and it totally goes through it. And Herb said emotion. I think when you get yourself into an emotional state and you make a decision, you're no longer saying it with a conscious mind. Now you're saying it in the subconscious mind, where all our beliefs are. And now effectively you've placed a new belief in there.
Can I? Sorry.
I will say, you can say something, but I'll say one thing. Emotion is like the fucking ink that takes your statement and stamps it into the cosmos.
It's your inner artist.
And it saves it forever. That's when you make your decisions, making an emotion is stamp what you said, and that's how you'll start that cosmic relationship. You know what I mean?
I
like
think
to use the example. Sorry, I like to use the example of Bruce Lee, my idol. It's almost as if he couldn't control his thoughts of what he wanted to do. They were seamlessly, very easy, just flowed into his head. And he had a very burning desire to do it. And because of that, he couldn't help himself but put the action in. You know what I mean? He didn't just think about it.
He did.
He put it into action. He walked the walk.
I think
like,
sometimes
the full total package.
Sometimes we're coasting, and the only way we really can tap into it is by giving our all. And anything you're doing, it could be fucking brushing your teeth. Brush your teeth more accurately. I'm talking like it could be to the finite level, let alone being the best that you can be in that moment, let alone in other things. And then realizing beyond that the exponential effect that things have, the compound of things. When you do things day by day and it becomes your habit, this starts to build, it starts to shape you, it starts to wrinkle your hands, it starts to shape your belief and view on things. And you should always be telling yourself very positive things, because those are the habits that will get you in a better place. But if you have a lot of negative thoughts, derogative thoughts, if you dwell on things, oh, so that person cut me off in fucking traffic today, you lose your fucking sleep over that shit, then you are carrying so much weight, you're not being productive. You're not doing the best to yourself. That you be pure, be always in that moment. You'll always go for great things. Oh, it didn't work out for me. You keep going, right? I think we should never get discouraged with things. Be grateful for the opportunity that we even got the chance to have it.
Count your blessings.
Count your blessings. Yeah, exactly.
Say your prayers.
Man, Latino Jews, bringing the articulation tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
Count your blessings. That's something I'll do more. Yeah, guys, this has been a good chat. We've
Yes.
probably gone for about an hour.
Thank
We
you
should wrap it up.
Thank
but
you for having
can
us.
Before we wrap up, can we so now what are our final thoughts about? I asked you at the beginning. I'm going to ask you again. Negative energies, demons.
Demons, angels, yeah.
What's our final thoughts on negative energies and demons, Vinny?
My final thought is angels and demons do exist, but they do exist in your mind.
In your mind. Just your mind or your energies?
Your mind, which then focus your energies into that, whichever direction you're going to take it to.
Dan, angels and demons?
I think we covered it here tonight, out there in Radio Land. You are your worst enemy, you are your best friend. You are your angel, you are your demon, you are your positive energy, you're your negative energy, you're the sum of your energies. So put out good energies, positive vibrations,
Yeah.
good vibes to other people. They will do the same, and those frequencies will only benefit all that are involved with it. This goes for us at this table, at this house, this neighborhood, like globally, beyond even our species that we know. Put out good vibrations, good things will happen.
Thanks. Nice. Josh, angels and demons? Final thoughts?
Well, it's what we can't see, but sometimes they do manifest in humans or other beings that we can see. However, I just want to remind that Halloween was a pagan holiday that was regarding demons and how to stay away from them and stuff like that. So we have to have a reminder that it's not always good to celebrate something that is pagan in a holiday that cherishes demons, that wants demons, because we gotta be careful. It could pass on to the next generation if we're not careful, right? So it's not just something to play with. It's not, you can't play with fire. So I'm just have to warn people, Halloween is not what you think it is. It can be a spiritual, demonic parallel where demons and devils can come and conquer if you're not careful. That's why we pray to God, we pray to Christ that everybody stays safe and that nobody will die. None of my friends, none of my close family, and in this evil time of year. Yeah.
Well, thank you for those blessings during Halloween.
Herb, angels and demons, final thought?
Maybe I'm kind of too obsessed with Bruce Lee, but I'm gonna go on about it anyways.
Enter the dragon.
No. You gotta learn to combine that negative and positive together and enter totality and learn all about yourself that you can. And also understand the mind is like a garden. So whatever you plant, that will grow. Whatever seeds you plant, that will grow.
Metaphors.
That's all I gotta say. Quick words, that's about it.
All right, let's go with my final thoughts. This is Yogi Raja Infinite's final thoughts. Angels, demons, gods, deities. There are many energies inside of us, around us, that influence us. The sun, the moon, the seasons, what we're eating. Many factors out there.
Yes.
These energies, the human mind could never understand them, so we personify them into physical beings, so we can legitimize them and understand, but they're not physical beings. Because we've come to understand them as physical beings, they have created all sorts of crazy tales and stories, and it's just gone more and more out of control. But energies do exist. Angels and demons are energies out there, and they do influence us. And the more you study your spirituality, the more you can control these and create more success and a better quality of life for you.
Yes.
So happy Halloween to everybody out
Happy
there.
Halloween. Shouts out to Tom Hanks. Thank you for Angels and Demons. And thank you for having us. Happy Halloween.
Trick or treat.
That was dope.